theme song.
Catastrophe
Section. Do no harm.
Catastrophe Section.
Do no harm.
We have no rhythm. Catastrophe Section.
Do any harm at all.
Wow.
No harm gonna be done. No harm. No harm. Do no harm.
Welcome to the Catastrophe Section. This is a podcast about bad movies because we're original. My name is Aaron. I actually remembered to introduce myself this time. With me, I have...
I'm co-host Cameron, that guy, and
we brought
a returning guest from last episode. Introduce yourself, guest.
I'm Glen, and I was here for the episode on Hell Goes to Frogtown. Honored to be back.
Comes to Frogtown.
Comes to Frogtown.
Emphasis on come. Because
it's a Frogtown. I'm glad to be back for Do No Harm.
Yeah. So
glad is a bit of an overstatement.
Yes. So today is kind of a strange episode. Normally we, as you know, we do movies, but today we're doing something a bit of a rarity. There's not many good bad TV shows.
Oh, there's plenty of bad TV shows.
Oh, there's
out
a
there.
shitload of bad TV shows. Joan of Arcadia. I actually have no idea. It's just a stupid name. But this one we tried it because we're just like, well, maybe there's some bad TV shows. We've watched a couple of them. What was that other one with like the drinking or whatever?
Mixology.
We tried Mixology because it sounded like the dumbest premise ever.
Well, no, I read a think piece on it calling it like the rapiest, like patriarchal show that was
really,
like...
It was really weird. And then we found this fucking gem. So it's called Do No Harm, and what it basically is Jekyl and Hyde, but
he's a neurosurgeon.
Fucking stupid. I mean, that's like the worst written, most pathetic. It's bad.
I first saw like the trailer for this show on NBC when I was watching Hannibal, like in season 1.
Yeah.
And I just remember the promo showing him like, he's not who you think he is. If you could put like a clip of the trailer for it,
we'll put that at the top of the
yeah. Oh
something.
Gosh, you have to put that there because that is just a treat, and it's just like Dr. Jekyl and Mr. Hyde for a new generation.
Oh God!
Do no harm.
Do no harm.
He's twice the man you think he is.
Oh God.
Okay, well, to start off, let's talk about... so before we get into the meat of the episode, let's just explain that we are not reviewing the entire season in this episode. It is 13 episodes. We are simply reviewing episodes 1 through 7. So spoilers do follow for those said episodes. And you can watch all of them for free right now, streaming on you can watch them on Amazon, or you can watch them for free on NBC's official website.
And if anything, I know a TV show is a big commitment for watching, but watch the first episode at least. Do yourself a favor. I was almost saying do us a favor, but do yourself a favor and watch the first episode of this absurd television show, because the amount of ridiculous on the nose exposition in this show is just baffling.
And that's how they introduce characters too, but we'll get into that a little bit more.
Yeah.
I thought I didn't know it'd be possible.
You need to be more.
I didn't know it would be possible to do more on the nose exposition than Dracula for anyone who's seen that one. But it seriously is just turn to the camera and explain what's going on kind of stuff.
Hi, my name is Steve. I've been a heroin addict for 3 years.
House of Cards actually does look at the camera and talk exposition, and it works better than what's going on in this show.
But in House of Cards' defense, that is a stylistic choice, and they have Kevin Spacey to help sell it. When you have an actor of that caliber doing it, I mean, I don't think anyone in Do No Harm is necessarily like a terrible actor. Stephen Pascal, who plays Dr. Jason Cole,
And Ian Price.
Yeah. He actually has like a really, I don't know, honest enough performance where I can tell the difference between the two of them.
Yes, so because the one thing he's not particularly captivating as Jason Cole. He's just like, oh, good, he's a serviceable doctor. I don't care. He's fine. He doesn't bother me. But when he is his Mr. Hyde, quote unquote, Ian Price, it is just I don't even know how to describe how fucking ridiculous it is. How much of a shit, like, there is, if I can say one thing for this actor, he knows how to differentiate between the two characters very well. But then again, it's because they're so fucking different that it's kind of hard not to, I guess.
Well, like, just the way that the faces are, like, I don't know, the way that he carries himself, I could not give one single fuck about anything that Ian has.
Yeah.
He's just like, it would be a shame if something were to happen to that car of yours. And then Jason's like, what? No. Anyway, let's get into just starting off. We talked a little bit about the episodes beforehand. This show was unfortunately canceled after 2 episodes
I'm kind of fine with that, honestly.
Me too. It lives on in our hearts and minds.
The cancellation actually like redeemed my faith in humanity. I was talking about it before the show. I was like, if you don't pay attention to this show, you might think it's a good show. But thankfully, after 2 episodes, it was canceled. So I was like, oh, okay, good. America's not absolutely just stupid and buying this bull crap.
Just the majority of it.
Yeah.
Not like not in the 90%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, fellas, you ready to dive into the meat of the episode?
Yes. So this is pilot episode 1 section / whatever the name is.
Ka-chunk. Pilot.
Oh, it's actually just called pilot.
Ka-chunk. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, because before he was a neurosurgeon, he wanted to fly airplanes.
Yes, I get it, because that's what a pilot means in that sense. But in another sense, it means the episode that would sell the whole TV series.
Oh, really? I thought that it was the origin story of the guy who, like, hey guys, you can have Jesus or this murderer. Your turn. Wash hands.
I get it, because Pontius Pilate, fuck you. Do the thing.
What, Bible references don't?
No, you're just dumb.
Don't work on.
No. Shut your mouth.
Oh. I'm just as confused as anyone who watched an episode of this when it aired.
This is true.
Okay, so pilot, we meet Dr. Jason Cole, a highly regarded neurosurgeon, discovers that his long-suppressed alternate personality, Ian Price, has returned with a vengeance, threatening his career and relationships.
So basically in this episode, we learn about Jason Price, and that every night he has to take a drug to knock himself the fuck out before, what was it, 8:25 p.m. Before 8:25 p.m. because at exactly 8:25 p.m. he turns into Ian Price, the apparent evil doer. Mm-hmm. Who, I mean, he's not even evil. He's just kind of like He's just kind of a dick. He's
kind of like Batman without, or Bruce Wayne without, superhero side. He's just kind of a rich playboy who just F's stuff up. And I also like to point out Dr. Jason Cole. It says on his office, Dr. J. Cole. And Dr. Jake. Oh, clever. Dr. Jekyll. I get it. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys.
I caught you, Dr. Reiternan.
To be honest, before you pointed that out, I didn't notice that.
I didn't notice either. I had no idea.
Oh, man.
As soon as you said that, I'm like...
I was like face palm.
Hold the fucking phone. They really fucking wrote that? Really?
And then I held the phone until he told me to stop holding it.
Yeah.
It was for a really long time. I spent like 4 days just holding like this phone in my sweaty hand. It was...
Yeah.
Okay, so before the events of the pilot, because he's a successful neurosurgeon, so he's been developing. No, he has a drug. So he's kind of like Blade, where he's like taking a special serum or something that, well, Blade, it kills his vampirism or his need to feed or need for speed if you're Aaron Paul.
Yeah. Great.
But in Jason Cole's status, he takes it at like 8:23 every night, and he just gets out like a light.
Yeah, so Ian doesn't come and fuck up his life more.
The thing, like the biggest plot holes of the show itself that are posed by this is that, I mean, it's not like you can spend like the 10 years that it takes to become, I don't know, a neurosurgeon and just be awake for 12 hours.
Oh, of course.
I mean, when you have to like work 14-hour shifts, and it would make sense if him and Ian had like done like a pact or something.
Yeah.
Or been like, I'll take this thing, you do that final. But they're not. Like, he's just been knocking him out, and he has not always had access to like
super drugs.
Yeah, the Dean of Medicine even states, without your outstanding medical record, we'd never be able to give you all those improvements for the treatments that you have for the neurological thingamajigs.
Well, they don't even know about it. They just think he has fucking diabetes, and it's just like, diabetes means A, you don't work past 8:25 p.m. B, we have to test you, so plot points later.
Yeah, but Dr. Helpful, who I refer to as the one that helps him out with the kill drug.
Yeah.
Or Dr. Research Indian.
Yeah. Well, I just call him Dr. Helpful because it's a little bit less racist. Yeah, just a little bit. Little.
Dr. Research Indian.
Yep, Dr. Research, Dr. Helpful. So he's been developing the drug because halfway through the pilot, he is unable to take it, and Ian Price comes out for the first time in years.
Yeah.
And they don't establish how this personality came to be.
Nope.
And B, he's in a support group for like actual people with split personality disorder.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, he's kind of like just like a poser, kind of like the main guy in Fight Club and Marla, who just like go to support groups just because they're like, I got nothing else better to do. Basically leeching off of the human experience.
For one thing, that like this split personality thing isn't actually a real thing. So the idea that there's enough people in this locale to have a support group for them is pretty ridiculous. But also,
there's just like 12 of them in a fucking concentrated enough area. They don't drive from like out of state or anything. There's just that many in that area.
And also, so like as this thing was going on, I started developing in my head like a theory for that would make sense. And it totally didn't. Like, I was like, okay, so it talks about how he was getting funding for special research. Maybe he was like trying to find a drug that made him stay awake all the time by sleeping one half of his brain at a time, like sharks do. There's sharks that do that. And so he'd do like 12 hours one side of the brain, 12 hours the other side of the brain. And that would give rise, and something went wrong, and that gives rise to the split personality thing. Yeah, nope, not even kind of close.
Nope, it just kind of is a thing.
It's not even that like they went with in a different direction. They just don't go they don't explain it at all. They just don't.
Nope.
Nothing at all.
And the other crazy thing is that at the end of the pilot, okay, so, well, no, that's getting ahead of ourselves. So there's this other doctor who is Smith, not Dr. Beautiful. Her name is Dr. Solace, or Dr. Lena, as we like to call her. And there's some not vague history between them, but between Jason Cole and his ex, Olivia, and a kid who may or may not be his. And so Ian...
it is.
Yeah,
I'm fairly certain.
Ian resurging, or... that is like a big part of like the end of the first episode, where he's like, if Ian gets out, he's gonna go after Olivia. He's gonna go after my family.
I got 88 minutes to live, or whatever the fuck that movie was about. And
my daughter's been taken, and I have 88 minutes to do it.
And now I'm on a fucking plane for some reason.
And there are wolves here.
They've taken the plane.
Well, no one ever.
It's snakes on a plane, but with wolves.
No one ever realized that The Grey was actually a sequel to Nonstop.
It's after the plane crashes, and then it's like, oh shit, wolves! Where did we get these parkas?
Why didn't they just do Nonstop, or like The Grey Part 1 and then The Grey Part 2?
No, that's
directed by Francis.
You mean the prequel?
Oh, the prequel. Yeah.
The prequel to The Grey is Nonstop.
I'm not trying to save this plane. I'm trying to get it to crash in Alaska.
I'm trying to kill wolves with it. Goddamn wolves.
Making us face our philosophical fear of nature in an hour and 45-minute runtime. God damn it.
Yeah.
So Lena and him sort of have a flirtation, and they go to like a medical benefit from what I can remember, and they flirt and they agree to meet at a hotel room. But little does Lena know that he's been taken over by Ian.
Taken over.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Because it's 8:25.
Yeah.
And
oh no,
what
the clock
a fucking
turns.
weirdly specific time.
Yeah.
It's not even like midnight to this. Did something significant happen, like trauma-wise, where it was like, my personality just split?
It only makes sense at 8:25 p.m.
Only
I think the reason is because it's just like, well, 8:30 is a little too round a number, but 8:47 or whatever doesn't work. So it still has to be a 5, but it can't be a 10. But it can't be like a 20 or a 10. It has to be a 30. It can't be a 30. That'd be too round a number. We can't do that. So fucking 8:25.
And we can't do a prime number either. Let's have it be divisible by 5, but not by 2. Living on the edge.
Yeah. Math.
Yeah. All right.
Well said, Glenn. Okay, so in the hotel room, Ian, like, it starts out like semi-consensual, and then she's like, she might as well have said, like, he twirls his mustache, and she just goes, no, not like this. And then they should have just cut away.
It is the most
poorly edited,
it's not. It's like. It's supposed to be a rape scene. It's supposed to be a fucking rape scene. But it's like, he just kind of just like, by the way, I'm now gonna rape you, despite the fact that I'm never like this, and that doesn't just do.
Okay, and the
or
crazy
maybe it
thing
does.
is that,
I don't know. I'm not a rapist.
That happens halfway through the first episode.
Yeah, halfway.
And later she's like, how do you not remember? I don't know. And he's like, I don't remember what happened. And this is another great piece of dialogue. It's like you're two different people.
They have little bits like that all throughout the episode, hinting at you believe me, I'm a totally different person at night. Just like all throughout the episode, they drop these bombs.
Yeah.
The dialogue is basically written by, like, I don't know, a freshman film student who's like,
it's written by a guy who's just like, well, we just need to get to these points and that's it. Like, he had 12 hours to bust a script out for this because a producer's just like, hey, let's go meet dinner. This is a cool idea you have. Bring down a script. So he busted out the pilot in a couple hours and he's just like, okay, I want this to happen and then this and then this. How the fuck do I connect these dots? I know, on the nose dialogue. Cha-ching, done.
Well, he's a showrunner and the EP of his own show. So, like, creative oversight, he's like, do I need to do a rewrite? Nah,
it's fine.
I'll just make a copy.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, so, episode 1 ends. He's like, I want to find a way to kill him. And that's like, bam. Episode 2. Oh.
Fuck you, Tim Allen.
Yeah, goddamn it.
This is a message straight to your heart. Fuck you.
Friend of the show.
No, not a friend of the show. Fuck that guy. I will not accept his show friendship-itude.
I like him in Toy Story.
Well, I mean, duh.
And Galaxy Quest.
That's
about it.
Fair.
Okay, episode 2 is called Don't Answer the Phone, and this is where things actually start to really get good.
You mean crazy?
Yes. Okay, episode 2 is called Don't Answer the Phone, and this is the episode where Ian goes into overdrive.
And by drive, we mean car.
And we also see more of my favorite plot device for exposition and communication between characters.
Oh my god, I love
leaving video messages threateningly in the night.
But for yourself. Reacting.
Oh, yeah, and it's total product placement, too. You just see, like, the Sprint mobile phone.
Or whatever. It's like a Verizon or who gives a shit phone.
And he's just like, hey, Jason, it's me, Ian.
It's amazing.
I got a bunch of drugs for you. That explains the Ferrari.
Oh,
I'm about to do coke off of this hooker. See you later.
I'm the exact same thing you are. Oh.
See you, bruh.
He just so basically the episode kind of just starts with him driving a car.
He wakes up in the car.
Yeah. So when he changes from Jason to Ian or Ian to Jason, he just kind of shakes for a second. He just goes, oh shit, and then it's just like he's fucking driving a car and he like swerves a bit and he's like, oh no. So that's like it just kind of starts like that, and I mean I like that. Like what the.
We haven't really mentioned the B stories, and the B stories are the most boring ass part of this show.
You mean
like
the best?
No. The B stories are like we're supposed to care about this patient that Dr. Jason Cole is going to treat.
The whole so this show has two parts to it. The boring medical show that everyone's seen and nobody gives a fuck about. Exactly. And the incredible, what the fuck are you guys thinking? Why is this Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde shit gap going on? Please continue and explain further, because you're just digging yourself a fucking deeper hole.
Yeah, like all the years of that, like how did he get through med school? And I'm
answers? Nope.
Any of the answers that we get are like, he's just like, yeah, I've been working on this drug for a long time. And I'm like, and?
Go on? Please, I would love for you to go through the logistics of this.
Point by point.
Please. I will sit through a 6-hour seminar of how the fuck this went through.
I don't care how clunky the dialogue is, but I will listen.
One of the things I love about the plot of this episode is, so they get in trouble with this drug dealer, right? They have a car full of drugs and they need to get it back to him and like the money and stuff. So how do they solve this problem? They solve it by alternatingly. They just like screw the other personality over. Like, you gotta deal with this. No, you gotta deal with this. It's like, if somebody doesn't deal with this, you are going to die. Like, he's going to effing murder you. And they're like, no, I'll just give me 12 hours.
They turn it into like this shitty, dumb sibling rivalry. And it's just like, there are guys with giant guns that will murder the shit out of you if you guys don't stop like going, I'm not touching you.
It's not my fault. I'm not his keeper.
God.
It's like hot potato of responsibility. Like, Ian's like, I love the part where he's like, hey, I'll sell those drugs for you, bruh.
Oh yeah, I'll sell you drugs for you.
I'll sell you drugs for you, bruh. It's me, Ian Price. Cha, not Jason Cole.
No, clearly
what
not.
What are you talking about, bruh?
Yeah, because that's what Ian Price sounds like.
Like a server guy. That's why no one can tell the difference, bruh. And so now Lena is obviously still upset with Jason in this episode because he raped her and she didn't tell anybody about it.
Yep. I mean, she forgets about being raped really quickly.
Oh, yeah. But, like, jumping ahead, like, episode 6 or 7, like, she starts seeing this other guy around episode 4, and she's, like, distancing herself from Jason. By episode 6, totally glossed over. Totally forgotten. Oh, hey, Ian, it's me, Lena, again.
You totally didn't rape me ever.
We totally are back to the flirtatious antics of episode 1. Can you say unresolved sexual tension?
Hey, the show is getting a little boring, so we forgot about that whole rape thing.
Which shouldn't be forgotten about.
Oh, really? Really? You shouldn't forget about rape? Thanks, Cameron.
No, I mean, not even that, but, like, it's like she just forgets that it's happened. Like, I guess it didn't matter, I guess. Because that's how it works, right?
Don't worry about it.
It's not.
It's just a bit of raping.
Okay, also, Ian moves closer to finding Olivia. Is her name his ex?
Yeah, Olivia, the ex,
with the kid
who has a child
in
a child without a name. I guess.
Is this?
His name is Jason. No.
Does the kid? have
his name is Cole. His name is Cole. Yep.
Give him the mic, dum dum.
Yeah, the kid's name is Cole. Yep.
Really?
I called it. Yeah. So she named it after the last name of the guy.
Jason.
Wow. J. Cole.
Shh, fucking God. Every time you say that, I'm just getting angrier. Oh, it's J. Cole. Oh,
and if the great back and forth between them isn't enough, is this the episode where he's like standing off to the side behind the tree and Cole, the kid, sees him there and there's like this suspenseful thing where Olivia sees like the Cole talking to a tree and she thinks that her son is Mark Wahlberg from The Happening, just like, I think my son is talking to a plant. Ian like a master of stealth? Is he like up in like the tree in some kind of pink?
Shh, don't tell your mom. I'm not a. You're talking to a. I'm a tree right now. Don't. I'm a tree.
It would be great if he's like.
I'm gonna come back and give you a dog.
Oh, he totally gives him a dog.
Oh yeah, in the car. In the car, there is a dog in the passenger seat. And we forgot about that. I forgot where he got the dog. Yeah. It's just in the passenger seat.
I wish rather than a video message, he would have just left a card for kid, love Ian. And then it just crosses out Ian and it just says Jason.
Jason. Not totally.
Not Ian.
Totally not Ian.
Okay, well, do we have anything else to add on episode 2, guys?
The at the resolve of this episode, like they do some stuff that like I was like, oh man, they were so close to being clever on that. That was so close to being
hold on. Why are you giving the show credit? Please explain.
No. So like I can't remember exactly how, but I was like, maybe it wasn't this episode. No, it was. I can't remember exactly how it all happens. But in the end, he ends up keeping, like, the car. He gets the money. I don't remember. Jeez, I need to...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's, because in this episode, with the drug dealing, Jason has to kind of fake being Ian because there's a meeting during it, because... Ian's just like, haha, now you deal with them because I already drove here and now it's time for you to be awake now, boo. So he walks in and he's just like, yeah, what's up? I'm totally Ian. And I'm just like, and he's just like, well, I know a doctor or whatever and I can totally sell more drugs for you. This is my payment and a front or whatever.
Yeah. And then I can't, yeah, I can't remember why I thought it was clever, or it was almost clever. I can't say that I thought it was clever.
How tired were you when you watched this?
And I wasn't paying attention. I was playing like a car racing game on my phone the entire episode.
Wow.
So, but then like he does this whole like deal thing, and I'm taking your car. I'm taking this Ferrari. Then he walks away. And, like, cops swarm the place and arrest everybody. I'm like, what the hell just happened?
So they just appear.
Well, you know, surgeons are immune to the law, clearly.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they just know that he was the one who called them?
Clearly, maybe? They have caller ID. They're probably like, oh, yeah.
With the picture too, and they distribute it to every cop that will show up on the scene.
Hey,
obviously.
I know we were supposed to set up a perimeter, but my partner had to.
Oh yeah, he's just walking out. Should we
let the guy in the nice car go? Yeah. Okay, fine.
I mean, it's a nice car. He could probably just pay the fine and
I don't know. He was really good looking. I was just so
enamored
enamored with his charm. It's like he was a totally different person.
I mean, he had a duffel bag full of money. I mean, I don't want to bother with paperwork. He just probably just throw money at the system anyway.
All cops deal with paperwork on site.
Yeah, of course they do. I mean, yeah.
They don't have an office or anything for that.
Nope. There's no police department. They're just a bunch of autonomous vehicles.
Autonomous vehicles with printers and pushing of paper. I don't know what they're pushing it into, a trash compactor?
Paper pushery.
Yep, paper pushery.
Is being committed.
Man, if only there was a pencil pusher with the paper pushing, maybe some writing would actually get done.
Yes. Great.
Okay, episode 3, titled Morning Sunshine. This is the one where Jason sets ground rules for Ian. And I think this is the one where he promises to give him Olivia if he meets his rules. He throws the guy off the balcony in the club. Like, he beats the living shit out of him. Because he's like dancing. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm up on this chick, bro. And then, like, he's like, hey, what are you doing here? Or, you know, some shitty 80-yard line. And then he's just like, brr, throw off balcony.
There's
and then he gets
lot
admitted
of ADR in this movie. TV show.
To the very hospital that Jason Cole works at.
Yeah, and apparently he has brain damage.
Oh, yeah.
So...
falling off a balcony can give you a concussion?
Oh, really?
What?
Wow. Well, no, it was more than that because he required a neurosurgeon.
Oh, yeah. What are the odds that a neurosurgeon would be the very neurosurgeon?
How much work is there for neurosurgeons? Jesus Christ. Every day it's just like, well, I mean, she needs a surgery, and he has a fucking parasite, and then she has a little bit of a cave-in, so we need to put steel walls in, and there's not that much neurological work.
You know, they should have restructured the cold open for this so that... it doesn't show Ian at the club at the very beginning of the episode beating the shit out of him. It should just start with Jason Cole being like, all right, time to go to work. And then there's like, oh, we've got this guy that was beat up at a club last night.
No, they did do that.
Oh, they did do that?
Yes.
And then it's like, it's you!
Yeah.
And then...
Theme song.
Yes. The Justice Friends, or the Super Friends. The Justice Friends.
I can't remember if it's this episode or the previous one, but it really doesn't matter. This is also, at some point, you get to know the Nemesis Doctor, which is, I think, one of my favorite characters, because he's supposed to be
nemesis.
like, he's supposed to be like a bad guy. In reality, he's just kind of a little bit of a dick, but it's kind of justified.
It's very justified.
It's extremely justified because Ian Fleming shows up and like talks to him.
Ian Fleming.
I keep calling him that.
God damn it.
Ian Price keeps showing up and being a dick to this doctor. So this doctor's kind of a dick back.
Yeah.
And also he acts completely irrationally. He's like, that guy was a dick, so I'm going to totally F his life over. Do any of you work with dicks? You know what you do about that? You're just like, oh, that guy's a dick. You talk to your friend, hey, that guy's a dick. And that's it. That's all you do. You don't try and ruin their lives.
You just talk less to them.
Yeah.
Or attempt to.
But this guy acts totally irrationally. But then, like, as the show goes on, this guy's like a good guy.
He's a
like,
decent human being.
He's like the moral paragon of this story, and he's like the bad guy of the story.
Honestly, his character is way more interesting than Jason Cole. Jason Cole's just like, he's a nice guy, and then shit happens to him. Yeah. He doesn't have character arcs.
In addition to Jason Cole, like, he's living with this alter ego that is putting people in like life-threatening situations and like dealing drugs and shit. The morally right thing to do would be like, hey, talk to a mental health professional, be like, hey, I have an alternate personality, you gotta like lock me up or something. But he chooses not to do that because he doesn't want to, then my patients would die. There's other doctors, bonehead.
Yeah. There are more than one doctors.
Yeah, but they didn't have to maybe work as hard to do 12 hours a day when he was in medical school. That's never elaborated on.
Well, the other problem that guy has with him is he's the only doctor who doesn't work night shifts. I don't know how the fuck he managed that in his contract. I mean, it's brought up by Black Lady Mick run the hospital.
Dean of Medicine.
Sure.
The wife of Dr. Huxtable, by the way.
Yeah. What?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's the...
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I didn't
know that.
Yeah.
Dude, I haven't seen the fucking Cosby Show in forever.
Well, just picture her, because she's got to be like 65, 70 years old.
Yeah.
She looks good for her age. Like, dang.
But anyway, so Miss Run the Hospital McFace, old black woman, she's just, whenever they have a conversation about when she needs something from Jason, it's always included like, I know we give you special privileges. We know you can't work at night. We don't know why, but we do it. And then it's just like, but because of that, we need you to do this, this, and this. And it's just, it's never explained. It's just like, we do this for you.
It's got like that network TV trope of like, this person is so unbelievably good at their job.
Yep.
Like the houses, the neurotic detectives, like the closer, and every cop show ever.
I really want to see a TV show where the doctor is fucking terrible and just messes things up. I want to see a show about a doctor who causes so many malpractices. Why can't that be a show? Everybody's great at their goddamn jobs. That's less fun.
I don't know. I think that might be Grey's Anatomy. I mean, I've never seen Grey's Anatomy.
I think it's more about fucking your nurses than actually being a good doctor.
I feel like it's more of a 50 Shades of Grey bit than like an actual show about medicine.
50 Shades of Grey's Anatomy.
Cut. Print. Done. Done.
To the printers. Go.
Going off on a high point.
Let's go. Okay, we're done. Goodbye. No.
Goodbye. Signing off.
Best joke in the night. We'll top it.
I don't really remember anything else other than that. The guy threatens to like expose. Like if he tells them, then he'll think that he'll charge Jason with throwing boring guy from club off of balcony.
Not non-character off of balcony.
Non-character off of balcony.
Yeah.
And the character arc of Jason Cole spends his entire time apologizing for what Ian does. Like, he's just like, I can explain.
Yeah.
I can explain. I
can
apologize.
explain.
I'm so
it
sorry.
It wasn't me, apparently.
I can't be there. I have to go to sleep. I'm not a night person. I'm sorry. Goodbye. And then he gets interesting. And then like
you're
it's
two
12 hours
different
of
people.
fun. Then it's
Yep.
right back to
Yep. It's like you're two different people. Oh, fucking thanks.
Oh, Mrs. Huxtable's name is Dr. Young.
Dr. Young.
Dr. Young.
Despite the fact that she's old.
Yes.
Great.
Although, I don't know. Think about Jason Cole's age. For someone who gets all the privileges, the grants, the leeway that he gets as a medical professional.
He's not old enough
He
to
is like
deserve
28,
Yep.
30, 31, so we believe.
At the least.
Well, he's not we're to believe that he's like at the top of his game.
He looks pretty young. Yeah.
He looks so young. And
Dr. Young.
Dr. Young. He looks they're the spitting image of each other, despite being different
Totally not
racial and
opposites.
ethnic backgrounds
Totally
and
not
biological
opposites.
sexes.
Yep. And, not, old.
Okay, I don't think anything happens with Olivia in this episode except for that.
More threatening lurking outside of her house.
Threatening lurking, or
That's probably
across the street calling, or whatever.
Yeah.
There was one other detail I remembered about this because I thought, okay, so there's one thing, Ian decides to mess up Jason's life by performing a surgery as Ian. He gets callalled in at night and he's like, I'm going to perform the surgery.
Yep.
But so Jason has set up this whole clever thing. Clever in quote. I did air quotes. You can't see.
Yes.
Where
sound quotes.
Yeah, he did. He says that he has diabetes. It's later revealed he doesn't have diabetes. He never had it. But the reason he does this, Ian, if Ian ever takes over and tries to do a surgery, he would go in. Being a diabetic, they have to check his blood sugar before he does the surgery.
Otherwise, he'll stab him in the brain and they'll die.
Yeah, so they check.
Bullshit.
And because Ian Price.
Stop writing James Bond and do this surgery.
Because of Ian Price's. Oh, another thing I loved about this show was the biochemical profile. And not a thing. They keep his DNA is the same, but his biochemical profile is. We got to get his biochemical profile for the drug and the biochemical profile.
I guess it's because they need something to differentiate themselves, so they have a hope of curing him. Because the reason that the diabetic thing is when he's Ian,
he's more aggressive, which means he has higher adrenaline, which can read as a false glucose level.
Sure.
So which means they give him what's it called, insulin, which causes him to pass out because he doesn't have high sugar. It's just high.
Yeah.
High. Anyway, so I was
it's a big pile of bullshit to make him stop doing things.
Yeah, it was a really big pile of bullshit, and it was wow, they used that. They played that card real fast. Now they can't do that again.
Yeah. It's episode 3, and it's just hey, they kind of wrote this decently. Oh, they already used it.
Yep, there it goes.
Gone.
Oh, I just remembered something. This had my favorite ending to a Do No Harm episode. It's where Dr. Young's daughter is introduced into the fold.
Oh, the best line in the show. This is a thing that you guys all need to go see.
Oh, it's the last 30 seconds of the episode. Dr. Young opens up her office door. You see a pair of legs propped up on her desk, and you hear, I don't know, Mom. I guess rehab just wasn't for me.
Well, no, you see her whole body, and she's looking real close off to the right, and her face is just she's all slumpy, and she's just I don't know, Mom. Rehab's just not for me. Credits!
Done. You establish who she is, what she is, where she's been, given circumstances, taken care of.
It's the clumsy. It is the clumsiest.
The clumsiest.
Clumsiest.
There's also some vague talk from her mother at some point that she was going to some kind of prestigious university for some medical research or something. And
she's
that's
my daughter did something.
Clunky exposition.
Was it Rehab University?
Yeah.
Rehab U.
Rehab.edu.
.gov. Gayporn.gov.
Oh yeah, this episode also
Big
written
dicks
by
and gaping assholes.gov.
So episode 3 also written by creator David Schuldner. I would say I don't want to really say creator because he's really just ripping off Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Mad scientist of writing.
More adapted poorly by.
Whoa. I would not say poorly. This is a masterpiece of ridiculousness.
Okay, episode 4. Do.
That's a transition. Woo.
Dindalin. Ooh.
Down now.
Oh. You did that in reverse order.
Shut up. It doesn't work.
This episode 4 is called Me Likey. This is the one where the benefit Dr. Jason Cole has to give a speech that takes place after 8:25.
Yeah, because and this is the one where Mrs. Huxtable, because that's her name now.
Dr. Young.
Mrs. Huxtable.
Okay, Mrs. Huxtable.
It's Mrs. Huxtable now. Where Mrs. Huxtable's just like, we make so many fucking changes for you because you have these things, but you're so good at your job because we are boring and don't know how to write interesting shit. Why can't we have malpractice in here? Anyway, I need a favor. Here, do this speech for me because I apparently love you like a son. And guess what? That was about what she actually said.
Putting the expository of their background relationship and what she thinks of him.
Yep.
More like a suppository than an expository.
Well said.
What I just said was probably more eloquent and less on the nose than what is actually said in the TV
So he makes a deal with
show.
Ian to give this speech and he'll give him Olivia, right?
Yeah.
That's the deal.
Yep.
And that's where he says, what's the status on the kill drug? What's the status on... No, that's Ian. Dr. Jason Cole, more Boy Scout.
More Boy Scout. What's the deal on the kill drug?
What's the deal on the kill drug, Dr. Helpful?
Dr. Brown.
Well, it does not look helpful.
Dr. Most Brown guy in the TV show, despite the black woman. Everyone in this show is really white.
Painfully so.
Like, everyone. There's 3 non-white characters. And one of them just shows up in like 2 episodes. One of them is Mrs. Huxtable. The second one is Dr. McHelpington. And then the third one is Mrs. Huxtable's daughter.
And Mrs. Huxtable's daughter is like the whitest black girl I've ever seen as well.
She's pretty light for a black girl. That I don't know why that sounds racist to me. She's a light black girl, so it's okay. We can let her in.
So
she can eat in
she's
this
a mulatto.
Mulatto sex.
I don't know. That term's kind of racist. It's kind of a leftover term.
Like, kind of racist.
Yeah. Way racist. Well,
It's
because
only
it's
a little
connected to
bit.
slavery. Like that's totally.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Great.
It's almost as racist as saying quadroon.
Quadroon is the silliest sounding thing.
That's so racist. I've never even heard it before.
So quadroon means you're a quarter black.
I don't even want to know. Is it like octagoon? Or
Yeah,
like,
there's octagon. I just think quadroon sounds fucking silly. What was that other ridiculous stereotype that we heard? Oh yeah, jigaboo.
Ooh, yeah.
That just sounds jovial to me. Like, I know I'm really white, so I don't have an authority to say this, and someone will probably kill me for this, but that doesn't, like, that's not an insult. I really want to know the origin of jigaboo, because that just sounds like, what does that even mean?
Sounds like a bad guy on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Oh no, Jigaboo's reached his final form.
Majin Buu.
Jigaboo has reached his final form. Now he can do the super Hatsudatsu technique.
Hatsudatsu.
Oh no. I stole it from my...
The Tenkaichi Butsuichi Michi Hogi.
The Hokidikero de Federico Isekadade for the technique.
Actual dialogue from Dragon Ball Z.
dialogue from Dragon Ball Z. This is my...
Copyrighted by 4Kids Entertainment. Glenn watched the entire series. Oh God, why?
You cannot return the car after 30 days.
Unabridged, guys. I don't know how he did it.
30-day guarantee, money back guarantee is not guaranteed by the Federal Reserve. Please do not contact us at 887-0423. Your money is not good for us. We do not care about you.
So previously on Dragon Ball Z, Dr. Jason Cole made a deal, and so he sees Lena at the party benefit thing. She's like, oh, this is my new boyfriend who totally doesn't rape me.
Hey, by the way, this is the non-rapey human.
It's another doctor, I think, that works in the department.
Yeah. Wasn't he, oh God, but he was some weird specialist.
Yeah, but he's not the doctor, Dr. Nemesis.
Aren't there just like regular doctors? Why does every doctor have a specialty? in these shows. There can't just be like
General practice.
he's a doc. Yeah, there's no general practice. Everyone's like, she's good at heart something.
Well, all the general
What does she
practice
do?
ones are on General Hospital.
Yeah, or Colonel Hospital.
Or Admiral Hospital, the
Admiral
naval
Hospital.
the hit Navy show.
Yeah, it's like JAG,
Yeah,
but more boring if that's possible.
a show specifically designed at military retirees.
Oh boy.
Joke's gone.
And all of the interdepartmental red tape that they have to put up with on a regular basis.
I didn't get my check this month. Let's go to court. 2 seconds later, in the court. Smash cut 2. Court. I didn't get my check. Send that woman a check. Done. Case closed. Next time on whatever this show is.
Next time on Fanfic Jag.
Fanfic Jag. Oh,
Yeah.
they're just fucking?
Fanfic
Oh,
Jag.
it's gotta be it's gotta be erotic fan fiction for Jag. Can someone please write us a piece of erotic fan fiction for Jag? I want that. I challenge all of you 12 people that listen to us. Actually, 16, I think. Last time I checked, we're going up in the world. We're gonna make millions. No, we're not. Yeah, probably. It's probably 0.
I think I broke the. Is it still
Don't
working?
break the mic.
Okay.
Well, it's not mine. That's Cameron's. I don't give a shit.
Okay, so in the story, this is also an episode where Ian Fleming, Ian Price.
Yeah, Ian Fleming.
Yeah, he does coke with Dr. Huxtable's daughter,
Mrs.
Huxtable's daughter.
Yep.
And that sets up like things that the nemesis doctor like sees him almost doing coke, and it like brings up tension. Like it's
so
like
after the
so he's a bad guy because he almost caught a doctor doing cocaine. Oh my gosh, what a bad guy
with a drug addict.
Yeah. Oh my.
Which so after he goes to the speech and he goes back and is just like, hey, Miss Huxtable daughter, come here, let's do coke. They do coke. They go out of the fucking exhibit. Dr. McNasty, bad quote unquote bad guy. Dr. Nemesis sees them. He goes on stage, delivers a half shitty speech, and then goes on to be apparently a great speech.
No, that speech is great. We should totally include an audio.
I don't
clip.
remember it.
Well, he's like, I'm not Dr. Jason Cole.
Oh yeah, and they wrote that just so it'll be like next time on.
Yep, we totally saw the preview for that.
The preview, they wrote that line to put in at the preview to be like, oh, he's gonna tell them. Oh,
I remember we watched it online, and that was supposed to be the 3rd episode that aired because I guess they were going to air it out of order.
Was it?
Yeah.
Weird.
Because it's the 4th episode, so it was like next time I do no harm, and this is before it got pulled and burned off in the summer. We'll explain a little bit more about that later, but because Dr. Young's daughter, Dr. Huxtable.
Yep.
No, wait, no, he's Dr. Huxtable. She's also Dr. Huxtable.
She's a Mrs. Dr. the Huxtables.
Dr. Young.
Miss Huxtable.
Dr. Young Huxtable.
The third. Youngstable.
Her daughter ODs on coke.
Yeah, so because fucking Ian Fleming Price
was the one who took the coke, and it's 8:25 a.m. They test Jason, and he's negative for the coke.
Yep. Because he changes.
Because what was it, Glenn?
Biochemical profile.
Your biochemical profile is different.
But it comes up, and Dr. Young confronts him. She's like, I hope you didn't do drugs with my daughter. That's about it. Don't you remember that?
There's just a weird humming whenever it's on you. Is it you can say it. We can cut shit out.
Yeah.
Your fan. Is it really that loud?
No.
Do you hear it right now?
It's a low hum.
It was a little bit louder a second ago, so maybe that was
Hold
it.
on.
There's a ghost.
It stopped when Cameron touched it.
There's a ghost in the studio, everyone. Technical difficulties.
It's still there. It's fine. I can cut it out in the neck.
Yeah.
I was just wondering what it was first.
Also in this episode, they have like this plot for the biochemical profile. They need to get the spinal fluid. They like tried getting saliva. They got saliva in a previous episode
easily,
and then it didn't work out. They need spinal fluid. So they're trying to get that. So they have
need Spinal Tap.
They have this like plan where.
He'll quote unquote give her Olivia.
Yeah,
or
so
give him Olivia.
What they do is like as Dr. Jekyll, Dr. Jekyll, they like
speech.
Yeah. They like tie him up, and then he like switches, and so Hyde, Ian, wakes up tied up, or I can't remember what the hell happened. Something happens. He ends up tied up, and then Olivia's just like. Never mind.
She's just like
lets him go.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I think it's because she's just like, let me sexy you up. You like bondage, right? Ha ha ha. Chair. Guess what? Never mind. Spinal fluid. Oh wait, I'm too skiggity scared. Oh wait, no, she stabs him at the door with a sedative. Yeah, that's what she does.
She also hits him in the head with a bat at some point.
That because he starts getting free. She hits him in the head with a bat.
This was in the hotel room.
Yeah.
It's in a hotel room because he's like, gonna
because
get Olivia.
He's only duct taped to the chair, so he starts like ripping up the duct tape, and he's just like, God damn it, give me your everybody. I love you too much. Cracking the head with a baseball bat.
Actual audio from the episode.
Yep. It'll line up perfectly.
It will.
Just like everything I say will line up perfectly, it does. I can prove it, but I won't.
He won't.
That's for you to do, audience.
He's holding up the mathematical proofs right now.
Yep. You just can't see it because it's audio.
But we can, Glenn. Can we determine this is factual? Confirm.
As a math and physics major, I can confirm the mathematical validness of his proofs.
Boom. I win.
Anything more on episode 4, gents?
How does it end again? I forget. Does it?
I know.
I think she overdoses and she's like, I hope you didn't give my daughter drugs.
Oh yeah, and because what Nemesis Dr. Nemesis is just like, I saw you with her.
Yeah, but he doesn't tell Dr. Young until the next episode.
Yeah, but he goes and he's just like, I hope you didn't do anything evil. He said something like that.
I hope you didn't do any harm.
I hope you didn't do no harm.
Man, he's doing all sorts of harm. That is really like...
I sure hope you did no harm.
The Hippocratic Oath is just being so hypocratized.
The hippocampus. Oh,
my hypocritical thinking.
Yep. Great. I also say great a lot.
Okay, so moving on to episode 5, titled A Stand-In.
A Stand-In.
And this is my favorite episode. In this episode, Jason, episode opens, him in his...
Hold on. Can we take a break real quick?
Yeah.
We're going to be back on a break, because we don't do this enough.
Break.
You have no rhythm!
Episode 5, titled A Stand-In. I don't know if we already got into this, but this is starts with Jason in a that handy-dandy support group with the really understanding balding guy.
Oh, this is the episode with the weird lady.
Yep. The Ian's got a girlfriend
Ian gets a girlfriend. He has the lady sex.
So they're basically both...
He make the sex.
These two people are so giddily crazy.
Yep.
You know, for lack of a better term, they're so giddy to just be alive and...
Well, they actually have a small character moment that I can kind of applaud them for, where it's just like, they don't give a shit, and they finally found another person that also doesn't give a shit, so there's kind of a connection there. I can see that how that worked for them. But besides them not giving a shit about things and being like, hey, you also don't do this thing, they still don't have characters besides fucking Ian Fleming being a crazy person.
Well, you see, Ian and her connection is basically akin to that in Batman Forever between Tommy Lee Jones's Two-Face and Jim Carrey's Joker.
It's just
they are so happy to be involved in villainy together.
They're just happy to be there. It's like a participation.
We are so happy to be like, Leave clues. Leave all the clues.
I'm the Batman.
Ooh.
I love that at the end of that movie. I'm the Batman.
But that's basically all that I can really do. Oh, and it also has the best opening for any Do No Harm episode.
Oh, I don't remember.
Okay, we're just going to insert clip here. We'll let it speak for
itself.
itself.
Clip here.
So after that intertitle,
which clip
open,
is that?
That's where they find the bathtub.
Speak into the mic.
Yeah, the bathtub where Jason wakes
Lady
up.
Pants.
He has no idea who she is because Ian met her.
Yeah.
At the meeting because 8:25.
That's not the cold open though.
They open at the meeting.
Yeah, they open at the meeting.
Yeah, they open at the meeting.
Yeah, they open at the meeting, but I'm
That's
saying the
not a
cold
cold
open
open,
is that, and then the next morning, Jason.
Oh, it's just a really long.
Yeah, it's a really long one because they go back.
For
to
those of
his
you who
house.
don't know, cold open means anything they play before the credits, like the opening sequence.
Or in this case, like the opening 5-second sequence.
The opening sequence.
Do no
yeah.
harm.
Do no harm. Whatever the fuck it is.
It's not like a CNN breaking news. Anyway, now that we're done with the John Carpenter synth sounds of the that's Rod Serling, that's not John Carpenter. So
I hear he can build a mean shed.
Jason wakes up at 8:25.
As he does every morning.
He's like, "Oh, time to be neurosurgeon.
Time to not
goes
be
to the
Ian
bathroom,
Fleming anymore. Time to
probably
not write.
shave.
Yeah, time to shit himself with his mouth.
No, to shave." And he sees this girl who has no idea of.
Well, no. First, he sees there's a trail of blood leading down the stairs, and he's like, "Oh my God, what happened? Oh, what's going on?"
Follow trail.
And then he falls the trail into the bathroom, and he pulls back the sheet curtain, and there's just this lady pants with her fucking blood everywhere, and then
it looks like her wrists are cut.
yeah,
Like there's just blood there, and he's
blood.
like, "Oh my God,
Oh my God,
who are you?"
I'm J. Cole.
He's just like, "Who are you?" And then she starts laughing hysterically.
I tricked you. I'm not dead.
And he's like, "Who are you?" And she's like, "I guess I'm your girlfriend." And then that's Do No Harm.
Do no harm. It is the best placement for the opening title sequence. Like, if you want to enhance how stupid a plot point is, just slap the opening sequence over it.
This is the first episode that I feel that they just embraced and went all out for. Like,
I think, yeah,
this is an Ian episode.
This is ridiculous.
Fuck Jason. This is Ian's story.
He doesn't matter in this. I mean, he'll do like brain surgeon bullshit, but honestly, for most of these episodes, I don't even remember what the fucking supposed medical thing is because nobody gives a shit. Nobody fucking cares. Why would you? It's boring.
Well, the one that this one did is it actually connected like a personal relationship.
Yeah,
because
it connected
Jason
there.
treats her.
Yeah, but it's still just like, well, you have a thing in your brain that is causing this, and then it's just like, should I take it out? Should I not? Blah 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 blah. But I mean, the rest of the other stuff is just like, hey, random patient, your brain's fucked up. I'm Jason Cole. Guess what? Slice, you better now. Oh, okay.
We should get a doctor in here, bring in the specialist from our health podcast.
Dude, I don't remember his name or his voice. It's probably the same voice every time.
Health Man. All right, well.
I'm Health Man.
Here in the studio, Health Man from Healthland.
Hello, I'm Health Man from Healthland.
Healthland is our other health podcast.
I grew up in Healthsylvania.
That's nice. Now, could you tell us a bit about the medical health or mental health of Do No Harm specifically?
I sure can. So you see, in cases like they show in Do No Harm, they're very medically accurate.
And that's been Mr. Healthman. Thank you for being on. Anything you want to plug before you go?
The Health Cast.
Oh, well, that's been the Health Cast. All right, now that we've had the medical establishment affirm our thoughts on the stand-in, it's time to get back to this. Glenn, what did you think of the episode?
A strong, resounding.
Really? This one's great.
It's not my favorite episode. So they have this whole like romance thing, and the plot essentially goes: you have a tumor in your brain that's making you the girl
that is causing your dual personality.
It's causing your dual personality, and the doctor, Dr. Jekyll, says...
You're just fucking hammering that point in. Look, these guys are dumb. I'm saying J. Cole. They did that. They really did that.
Dr. J. Cole diagnosed, and he says, "I'm because of this this tumor that's causing you to make poor decisions. I'm making this legal move. I have no idea if this is actually a thing. It sounds plausible.
I highly doubt it.
Yeah, I don't know. So he's like, I'm making a decision for you. You have to stay here, and I'm going to operate on you
because
it's going to take away
your brain's
your bad.
dumb.
It's going to take away your bad personality, and the bad personality is like, no, I like me the way I am. And then Hyde is also like, yeah, I like her the way she is.
I like you the way that she is.
Cha, I like the way that she is. She's pretty cool.
He sounds nothing like that.
Bruh.
I don't understand why you're doing that.
I have to differentiate. I have to be like Steven Pascal.
But you're bad. So you're a worse actor than Steven Pascal?
No. But I only have my voice to communicate. He has his whole
body. Well, I mean, I'm Jason Cole. I'm Jason Cole. I'm always in a sexy...
I'm Batman. I'm Bruce Wayne.
I'm Batman. You put those knives down, Joker, or else I'm gonna beat you up. Get out of my Gotham.
Okay, goodbye. I'm the Joker, if you couldn't guess.
Oh, good. I stopped crime for another day. Hooray.
And that's been another episode
Cloud
of
of bats. Bats, bring me home. My name is Bruce Wayne. I am now a millionaire. Oh, wait, I always
There's
was.
no way I'm related to that bat guy. What a weirdo.
That happened.
And that's been another episode of Batcast.
That's the sound of bat wings.
And that was a bat wing getting whipped off by a bullwhip and eaten by a hungry cannibal.
A bull bat.
A bull
bat whip.
bull bat whip winkle.
Bull bat whip.
Bull bat whip winkle.
Wow.
Bullwinkle.
Great.
So
take that burp out.
It actually did have some decent character stuff for Jason too. He was like, "Well, I just don't know what my life would be like without Ian. Probably I would be successful.
Probably better.
Probably better.
Most likely better."
Yes. So he does the whole power of attorney thing. Does it? Ian's all sad and shit. There's like that scene in the church where he's like, "But I don't." But I don't want to let her go, bruh.
What about my life?
What about my 12 hours a day life from 8:25 p.m.
I'm Kermit the Frog. What about my life? Get your hand out of my ass. It's a puppet joke, get it? Because they put their hands up there to operate the puppet. Yay!
Kermit, I didn't know that we had the rights to have you on the show again.
You don't. You owe me money.
Really, we owe the Jim Henson estate money.
I'm part of it. I'm flying away, though. Whee!
Oh, man. Kermit just flew out of the studio. Bye, Kermit.
Bye. $10,000.
His fingers smelled a lot like pork.
I get it, because he has the finger sex with the pig ladies.
Oh, it's supposed to be ambiguous.
Well, I mean, it's a puppet doing a puppet, because the hands in the butts of the...
And that's been another episode of Healthcast.
You're welcome. I don't know whose voice is whose now.
Well, we actually have a few health professionals on the Healthcast. So, do you have anything to plug before we get Aaron back in the studio?
Yeah, Aaron in general.
All right, and that's been another episode of the Healthcast. And now we're back to Batcast. Flap. This week, Batman faces a bank robber. I'm a bank robber.
Oh shit, I already forgot.
I'm Batman.
Oh, I knew that you had Alzheimer's, Batman, saying that you forgot all of a sudden.
I forgot I was Batman.
Remember
this
me?
Isn't the voice I did a while ago.
Remember the bank robber that was holding up the bank?
Right,
It's me.
I remembered my voice. I'm Batman.
Now, do it or the bank manager gets it.
Do what?
No. Don't do it. Don't do it.
That was the bank manager. Didn't you believe it?
I believe it because you said that he was the bank manager, and
that's-
he said don't do it. Hell no, I have to stop him.
And that's been another thrilling episode of the Batcast.
On next week's epic Batcast finale,
Batman orders Froyo during a gunfight.
Hey, can I get a scoop of,
No!
Oh, wait, they're not in scoops. It's yogurt. Oh, no!
Oh! our next week on the Backcast.
Why are you screaming, bank robber?
I wanted to fit in.
Oh, okay. Oh,
The Backcast. Okay. Okay, so they cut out the tumor. She's totally fine.
Nothing interesting happens.
Oh, and he tampered with her chart or something to make sure that the surgery went through so that he could save her.
It's Dr. Young's daughter. Like,
to
Dr.
cover up
Nemesis
the...
is like there was chart tampering. It said there was cocaine, but it says there wasn't cocaine when there clearly was cocaine. He did it because he was doing cocaine.
Because I saw him
and there's cocaine everywhere.
It's just covering my office. Please
so,
help.
Yeah, so
I have a problem.
And then Dr. Huxtable takes the hit, and she's like, "No, it was me I tampered the." Well, she doesn't say it. She like says some stuff, and Dr. Nemesis is like, "Oh, so you're the one that tampered?" And she's like, "I'm saying this conversation is over.
This conversation
and
never
then,
happened."
But it actually was Dr. Jekyll who tampered, and she like talks to him about it. This episode was like so unremarkable to me. I'm glad they loved it, but this episode I was just like.
I honestly, it's really just that cold open. It made me almost shit myself laughing.
Like
it was the best thing.
I'm looking at the plot synopsis. That cold open is half the plot synopsis in that.
Yeah.
So
that's about all that happens.
That was the episode.
So basically, there's the cold open, and then he cuts out the tumor, and it's fine. Done. That's the episode.
And then at the very, very end, we see Ian Fleming burning down the church where they have their meetings.
Because that's a thing.
This is a healthy way to vent my aggression, bruh. Episode 6. I can't keep your secret.
Competitive arson.
Competitive arson.
Competitive arson would be the best sport. I've said this for years. Someone on the Olympic committee start competitive arson. I need it in my life.
You already have a torch. I mean, come on. You're so close.
You're right there. You just have to have a second guy. And, oh my God! They should turn the torch running into a race. Oh, why is that not a thing? Oh, whoever can, and
an arson race.
Yeah, and whoever sets, they're like, and they have full contact like ability. So people are like stabbing each other and just punching them in the face to get to the fucking torch first. Oh, why is this not a thing?
Oh, they should do one even better than that. They're in there should be another one where it's just called Get Shit on Fire. They're in flame retardant suits, and they have to get other Olympians on fire.
Oh my! And they just ambush them on the field.
Ambush them on the field.
Oh yes!
They get a 10-second head start, and they get really
just
like the
have
world's
guys.
fastest running guys. They light them on fire like a pyrotechnician, and they have to run, and they get 50 points
Yes.
for each person that they do.
Yes.
And as soon as they die, they get an extra 50 points.
No. It should be like random ambushing. Like during the 100-meter race, you hit like a gun, the gun goes off and they start sprinting. You see the Kenyan guy in the front, and then out of nowhere, you see a guy on fire jump out of the stands, land on like his knees that kind of crack, and he stumbles to his feet and tackles him right there, and just all on fire.
He drives up next to the guy in a dune buggy and just jumps off onto him.
Oh, but before they race, they all get doused in gasoline, so it's easier to light them on fire.
Well, no, they're already covered in oil to show off their muscles. No, not runners, but the muscle-bound guys are gonna be like, yeah, bro, gotta do that lifting. Get it in.
No. When they're pole vaulting, right? He's at the fucking axis of it or whatever. The dude just like slaps the pole out from under him, and he falls, and he just jumps on him and lights him on fire.
Or he comes pole vaulting from the other direction.
Oh yeah,
meet over the bar.
They just meet in the middle, and it's just a fiery explosion.
Or they have to pole vault through a ring of fire, and then they play Johnny Cash's Ring of Fire if they get lit on fire.
Burning ring of fire. I went down,
and the Olympics were higher.
Burns.
The Olympic fire. The Olympic fire. The Olympic fire. And they just keep playing that, and there's like charred corpses all over the field.
Oh.
And you can have that be the only ongoing
why is this
Olympic
not
sport,
a thing?
Because luge only lasts 3 minutes.
Oh no! We need to bring this to the Winter Olympics too.
Yep.
Like there's just guys skiing and oh my god,
The flamethrower.
No, even better. The fucking monster from Ski Free. While they're doing the fucking slalom, if you guys remember Ski Free, it's this Windows 98 program. Most people who knew what a computer was back then knows this thing. So it's a skiing game, and then like halfway down the hill, this monster comes out of nowhere and just grabs you and fucking eats you. So we need to dress people up or buy one or make one with, science and shit that just bum rushes them while they're slaloming and just eats them.
Again, as a physics major, I'm totally on board with it.
He knows how to do this. He has science smart.
And now to back it up, we welcome back into the studio the scientist from the Science Cast. Welcome back, scientist. You.
My name is Dr. Science Lee. From Science.
So how thoroughly sound do you believe the science that we are proposing for this scientific science project?
The science here is sound.
And that's been another episode of the Science Cast.
That was also a joke because this is an audio podcast that is producing sound. Do you get the joke I am saying? Yes or no?
Do you have anything you want to plug? That's been another episode of the Science Cast.
Things into the wall?
Because of electricity.
He understands my science jokes.
And that's been another episode of the Science Cast.
Science.
Now connecting to Science Cast.
Welcome to AOL. Fuck you. Buy better stuff. Why are you paying for this bullshit?
How long has it been since we were talking about?
Oh my god!
No
right,
harm?
we're doing an episode.
It's been like
Jason Cole.
Jason Cole.
This was a long tangent. Jesus Christ. Well, to be fair, Fire Olympics is a great idea.
Much better than the episode 6 we're about to discuss.
Yes.
Well, I don't know.
This
the
episode
Jedi
I
might
don't
be
even
returning
remember.
If it's episode 6.
I get it.
Or revenging.
Really? Fuck
really?
you.
No thanks.
I honestly don't remember this episode. I can't remember a goddamn thing.
Well, I remember because
at all. I don't.
Dr.
Remember.
Helpful. It says his name is Ruben. He can
Sure, Dr. Helpful.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He
that
gets
works.
into a fight with Jason over like the drug because he
Wait,
wants to
hold on.
Use it to make a fortune.
Is this the one where what's his bucket? Dr. Nemesis says he's like, I can you take this night from me?
I think it's 7.
I think that's 7.
Is that 7?
That's 7 because he has to deal with Russian mobster guy in 7.
We'll get to that. That's the best episode.
Yeah, I can't
By far.
because it's just so tonally
It's
like
fucking crazy.
all over the place.
Anyway, episode 6, the boring one that I don't remember.
Yeah, so Ruben's like, I want to use this drug to make lots of money, and Jason's like, but you can't.
It'll give away my secretness.
And there's a
but if he needs what would he sell this drug for? It's a drug that is only for him.
Yeah.
It's only for Jason Cole.
Apparently, he's trying to just sell it as a general like sleep aid. That seems to be.
Is he talking about like the blackout stuff that he had before?
Yeah, not the kill drug.
Then that's fine.
Also,
why would he be against that?
Because basically the plot was in order to sell this, he has to say that it's been through a trial.
Yeah.
And in order to go through the
And I
trial,
guess
he has to give
name.
like the people the evidence that it's been used on a doctor or the
on
patient.
a human. Yeah.
Another plot thing that's going on at the beginning of the episode. Jason wakes up. Dr. Jekyll wakes up and has a text that says, "I can't keep your secret." And he spends the entire episode trying to figure out who sent him this text.
Yeah.
He keeps blaming everyone and effing up all of his relationships.
It's you.
You said you can't keep my secret. No, it's you. And he just ruins everybody.
Like Al Pacino in 88 Minutes. Was it you?
It was you. He doesn't even like ask.
Yeah.
It's like it was you. It was
you.
you. And everyone's like,
You must
F
be in
you,
this-
man. I
Yeah.
kept your secret, you dick. And then they're like,
Well, wait, hold on. Is this the episode? Oh my god, is this the episode where he finds ex lady?
yeah. So ex ladies in this.
What's her name? Olivia. So Olivia's moved out and she works in a bar. She has
This is the flashback episode where they go back to when originally when Olivia meets Dr. J. Cole, he meets Ian. She meets Ian and like falls in love with Ian, and she was like him. She was like a crazy drug
I don't remember that.
rapist.
What one was the episode where he bought all the creepy paintings from her?
Oh, maybe that was this episode, and the flashback was how. I don't know how the flashbacks would have been next episode because there was already so much.
I don't
going
remember
on.
that episode.
You don't remember the flashback episode?
I don't remember the flashback.
Then it must have been 6 because you don't remember any of 6.
Yeah, I think it was 6 where he buys all the paintings of Cole,
Or maybe
and
maybe
then
it was
hangs
5,
that
like at the or I don't know.
and then he hangs all of them in Jason's room, like everywhere. Like he wakes up and he's just like,
oh yeah,
holy shit! There's a lot of paintings.
oh,
of
and
this
that's what
child.
causes her to like move with Cole because she's like, oh no, he bought all the.
No. She already moved away after the dog giving the dog.
No, I'm pretty sure when he,
because he breaks in. He breaks in a while ago.
Because I thought it was
something.
that he buys the paintings and then he also says he wants to buy the charcoals and she's like, I've never shown my charcoals.
Yeah.
And then I thought that was why she moved away because she was freaked out.
She had already moved away at that point before she was in a different house. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because Jason at the end of like one of the earlier episodes was like,
seeing
her off on a train. He's like, I can't know where you're going because he'll figure it out.
Well, after what is it? Oh shit! After she tries to spinal tap him, take his spinal fluid, that's when she leaves. That's when she skips town.
Yeah, you're right.
And then she's working at a bar, and we have this really clunky dialogue where her boss is like, "Why do you gotta bring your kid in here?" And she's like, "It's just so hard to find a babysitter.
It's so hard as a single mother to find a babysitter."
What kind of bar are you allowed to hang up your own sorry ass artwork in?
That looks it's really shitty and it's really creepy.
And it's like not realistic enough to be realism, but it's not surreal enough to be surrealism. So like
it's like this gross mid ground.
No, it's just like someone who didn't have enough art lessons.
Honestly, George Bush's paintings look better than this. If you've seen George W. Bush's paintings, they look a little bit better than these.
I have not, but I will take your word for it.
You need to see them. Just saying. You need to look at them. They're ridiculous.
For some artistic consulting on this, we now go into a mini episode of our art podcast with special art consultants, Dr. J. Olivier Schwartz, in the studio now.
My name is J. Olivier Schwartz.
Now, Mr. J. Olivier Schwartz, tell us about the art of George W. Bush.
The art of George W. Bush is the art of bullshittery.
And that's been another episode of the
Country
Artcast.
Ruining. Country Ruining.
Country Ruining. Is that more in relation to his presidency or his...
Both. He just drew a picture of Romania and then just kind of scribbled on it.
And that's what he pictures as the Middle East, correct?
Yes. He thinks Romania is from the Middle East. And then moved to.
And he thinks that there's oil there that we need to, quote-unquote, protect?
Yes.
Anything you want to plug?
Romanians.
All right. Well, thank you. Wait, filled with holes or
what?
You want to plug Romanians filled with holes? Like
no,
with a gun,
just Romanian. Like they're humans. They're from.
They have great lettuce.
Yes, romaine lettuce. I think that's more Roman. Just said stupid.
Well, remember, the American Romaine Society saving animals since 1947.
Romanians. Saving abused Romanians.
Romanian animals since 1947.
This Romanian was found beaten and stabbed.
In the arms of an angel.
In the backyard.
Far away
of a woman
from me.
With terminal cancer.
Man, I would hate listening to that singer. I just like having an album of hers would be so. That's just like an album to commit suicide by.
And I will always love you.
Will always love you,
baby.
I don't recall if we ever determined if this was or was not the flashback episode. I can't imagine it being the 7th because there's too much stuff going on.
It's not. I doubt it.
I think maybe you watched more than 7.
Maybe.
Oh. Well, I think we might have glossed over it in one of them. But
yeah, it's somewhere.
Who cares?
It's not an important plot point, really.
We just know Jason wants to protect Olivia.
Wait, hold on.
Olivia.
Was it in 5? Because there wasn't much that happened in 5 that we remember. It was probably in 5 because he's just like, I finally found a woman who is like not a dick to me and is actually like not just want my PP. And
Yep,
by that
'cause
I mean genitals.
That's how we sum up all romantic relationships ever.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Totally.
You haven't been in a romantic relationship just about EPP?
No.
Well, then you are a sad sack of a man. Get it? Sack of a man. Genital references. Woo!
And this has been the Art and Genital Podcast, signing off.
Oh, yeah, we should probably close those little windows.
Doop. Doop.
That's the sound of closing windows.
Closed.
Windows closed.
All right, back to...
Time to boot up Linux. Linux is not dial-up. It's another operating systems.
In this episode, we also have So Dr. Nemesis is trying to, insisting on getting a drug test. Or no, it was actually Dr. Huxtable insisting on the drug test because of Dr. Nemesis's
insistence
stuff.
on being a nemesis.
Yeah,
but he doesn't do anything.
Oh, yeah. First there's a urine sample, and he gets his, he has this, butler kid that he works for him. I don't know what the hell he is.
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Helpful.
No. This is a different guy.
Just the kid.
Yeah.
Oh, nerdy, short, glasses guy.
How have we not mentioned this guy?
He's not a character, but
so
he's
basically
there
there's
to do
the
stuff for,
he just kind of shows up
he's
whenever
totally,
he needs a guy to
absent
do
of morals.
something.
He'll
just-
do anything.
Well, he actually says why do you help him so much? He's just like, you should see my chicks. Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah, man, I feel better about this Dr. J. Cole every day. What
Yeah.
a great, stellar guy. But he's like, hey, I need you to pee in this cup for me. You're not concerned that the neurosurgeon you work for is trying to avoid getting caught on drugs?
Yeah.
Jeez. So they do that, and then the doctor's like, wait, did you take the urine sample in your lab? No, he brought it in. Okay, you got to do it again, and make it a blood test. And then there's the whole argument with Dr. Helpful and Dr. J. Cole.
Yeah.
And they're like Dr. J. Cole is doing all kinds of stuff to piss Ruben, Dr. Helpful, off, but then he ends up helping him anyway by giving him a really old blood sample.
Yeah.
It gets a little bit convoluted, but
I don't even remember it.
But man, Dr. J. Cole cannot stop pissing off everyone in his life.
I
Like a urine sample.
get it because piss.
Piss.
Ding off.
That's the pun of the joke.
Hey, I got it.
Good. High five. Good.
All right, well, is that all we got for that episode? So is that the end of the episode? He wakes up with the creepy paintings? Dang it, I gotta stop high-fiving all the time.
Now he's just smacking your ass.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's what it is. I gotta stop high-fiving with my butt.
give me ass. Oh, yeah.
Stop that, conk.
Get your butts. Oh.
Episode 7.
Episode 7.
6 feet deep.
The best thing ever.
Okay, so the episode opens.
Let's just preface this. If you're gonna watch a second episode besides the first one, fucking skip to 7. Skip to 7. It's crazy.
This is by far my favorite episode. It involves a Russian mobster, and if any of you listened last podcast, I espoused how much I love just anything Russian.
That's because you're a smart man.
And how much I love Russians doesn't make up for how shitty this episode is.
You mean great?
It's amazing to watch, and just I love it in it because it's so bad, and it makes me sad.
So the episode opens with a bunch of car crash victims coming into the hospital. Victims.
Oh yeah.
Car crash victims coming into the hospital, and there's one patient. So triage and everything. Jason's helping one. Homeland's F. Murray Abraham, who you might also know is
Is that one random Asian woman that's kind of in there sometimes?
No, that's the Russian mobster guy, the old guy who keeps threatening him.
I was just thinking about the random Asian woman who's just kind of there sometimes, and he's just like, "You should be a neurosurgeon more up now." At the end of one of the episodes.
Yeah, he ends up promoting her essentially, which I don't think she's not done with her residency.
She
yet,
just kind of
or whatever.
I guess.
But he ends up promoting her so she can take the night shift.
Oh yeah, it was
for
so
him.
she could take the night shift for him. Yeah.
Because he's such a giving person.
I forget why, but I don't really care.
Because it's 8:20 at the time, and he's taking over, so
he's just
that
like, "You're
Dr.
good,
Nemesis
do
can
it."
go to
Yeah.
his
Yeah,
blind
that's
son's
why.
piano
Yeah,
recital. Man, this shit is complicated.
Well, no. She had
But in a
observed
dumb way.
that procedure before, him do it a bunch of times, so that's why he let her do it. And also, fakest episode. Yeah,
it was
fakest surgery looking on TV.
All of them look ridiculous.
It looks like it's out of an '80s B horror thing. They're totally
it looks like horror movie makeup that they're just kind of like they cut into something and it just kind of goes. Like there's a little fountain of blood.
Oh no! We need the clamps.
What? Hold on. Did we skip the episode where there was like the brain parasite? I mean, we did. It was obviously the side things don't matter, but in one of the episodes, there's like this fucking little girl who has a brain parasite in her, like a brain worm. Yeah, like a brain worm.
That was like the first or second episode.
It was one of the really episodes. Early. It was, but
I think that was the. I think that was the surgery he was supposed to do when he goes in and gets tested, and then like
it was
the surgery. So and then he ends up like doing it later that morning.
Yeah,
the Dr. Nemesis was going to do it, and then he like steps in, and
then
he's like, "No, I'm doing it."
Yeah,
now.
and he shows up at 8:30. After waking up and driving there.
I'm here.
Anyway, I just thought it was like,
let's do this.
What was it? Oh yeah. So her dad took her to Japan, and apparently Japan's full of brain worms. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how it gets there.
I did spend like 3 years of my early life there without any brain worms, but like whatever.
She was only there for like a day or some shit.
Well, duh. I mean, 1 day or 3 years. Who are you gonna believe?
Yeah.
TV person or Glen?
Yeah. Glen or Glenda. That joke has been made 1 billion times.
Exactly.
What? I've never seen it. You need to.
I need to see it. I haven't seen it either.
Anyway,
so back
to
episode
7.
So episode 7 opens 2 car crash victims. Jason's attending to both of them. One who had instigated the car crash.
Yeah.
The non-son of the Russian mobster.
The black dude.
Yes, the black guy
who is actually like whenever he's on screen, he's actually like a decent actor.
The Russian guy was the one that instigated it. Oh yeah, so non-instigator. Yeah, the black guy. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So no.
It starts with the Russian guy.
Wait, the Russian guy started? I thought the black guy did, and he's like...
No. So he comes in, the Russian guy's there, the Russian dad is there, like, help my son. The Russian kid, the guy that actually, like, caused the car crash because he was drunk driving, he's working on him. Yeah. Then the new guy comes in. Dr. J. Cole leaves the Russian guy to help the other one.
Yeah.
And then it turns out the Russian guy's kid dies. And the Russian guy... turns out as a mobster, and he's very angry with Dr. J. Cole
for quote unquote abandoning his son, despite the fact that it's just like this guy. They even say like this guy's in worse condition, Dr. J. Cole. Come over here and do this.
Because triage isn't a thing.
I don't.
You got a splinter? Get him in there right away. Gunshot to the head. Hey, you can wait.
Well, no, because apparently he was worse. I guess.
Yeah. Well, there was like internal bleeding or some shit. So
I don't know.
He manages to save the black guy.
Yeah, the black dude went.
His name is.
It really doesn't matter.
Oh yeah. But anyway, so after his shift, the Russian crime boss, he's like, I'm gonna take you out, man.
Except Russian.
I'm going to take you out.
I am going.
Wait, now it's Squizgar. What the hell?
I'm going to take you out with my guitars.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay, so
Oy vey, I'm Russian.
So
Oy vey is Jewish.
I know.
So Ian does not know about this threat. So he goes to. This is the casino episode. He's at the casino.
Yep.
He gets grabbed, and he just so happens to be in the Russian mob boss's casino.
Yeah, just so happens to
odds, and he's like
to accidentally go into the exact same guy's casino that he owns. So he's going out the fucking door, and then the Russian guys just like go onto his sides, and it's just like you're coming with us. Whatever bad Russian accent.
At the beginning of the episode, he was also kicked out of that casino earlier in the episode, I believe.
No, that's when he was.
Oh, or he was kicked out the first time?
I don't think he was kicked out.
Well, he was there earlier at the very beginning of the episode. Ian was.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, I have a gambling problem. Doesn't it make me hot?
He doesn't say that ever.
Bruh.
He doesn't ever say that.
And there's like a girl and he goes...
He never says that.
Bruh.
You're a crazy person.
Bruh.
You're dumb.
Bruh. I'm Ian. Ian Fleming.
Yep, Ian Fleming.
So
many fucking James Brons.
Co-war tensions in my novels, bro.
James Brons.
James Brons?
Get it? Because it's a mix of bra and
I'm gonna go smoke a clove cigarette and talk about my feelings.
Clove cigarette?
Later, bro.
You guys got a marijuana cigarette?
You mean a spliff?
Marijuana cigarette?
No.
Marijuana cigarette. Oh, mataka.
So the plot develops that the Russian mob boss is upset with Cole. Because Cole, like, after his son dies, Cole's like, I'm so sorry, it's a terrible loss. Then later that night, he goes in as Ian, and he's like gambling and having like a great time with all the skanks and the gambling.
The skinks or the skanks?
The skanks, sorry.
The skinky skanks.
And then the Russian mob boss is very upset. He's like, you said you do well for my son, but you are not even upset.
You did not go and help my son.
So he says to Ian Fleming, is like, so you have an option. I kill you, he says, I'm just going to kill you. And then Ian decides to get out of this by saying, how about this? Instead of you killing me, I'll make sure that the other kid, the kid that killed your son, again, air quotes,
quote unquote,
I'll make sure he dies.
Yeah.
And so...
well microphoned.
And so Jason, he leaves a message for Jason, who wakes up in an alley the next day after being abducted, and he says,
"It's a fun place to wake up."
Yeah, bro, I'll help you out this one time, yeah, and you gotta do me a favor, yeah. And he's like, "Oh crap, I gotta figure out a way." So he goes to Dr. Helpful, who has this great Deus Ex Machina plotline, where he's like, "Okay, there's this fake experimental drug that will lower his heart rate so that it looks like he's coding."
Yeah.
To simulate the death.
One of those dumb death pills that we can reawaken. Hey, look, this thing from Romeo and Juliet, apparently, maybe.
Oh, we also have to talk about Dr. Nemesis in the B plot, where his blind son, and he's like, you're never at my basketball games. And he's like,
yeah.
Will you be at my basketball games? And he's like,
piano.
Oh
my God, that would be hold on, just real quick. I would love to see 2 teams of just blind people trying to play basketball.
Oh, and that reminds me, there's also another side plot with Dr. Beautiful.
Dr. Breasts McFaced.
Well, anyway. Where she's like has a patient that they're going to have a kid that's going to have like some kind of disability. But they need surgery. They won't do it. And
oh my God, I hate this part.
It's like the C plot of this. And there's so much stuff going on.
But the best part is in the surgery. Do you remember this? When he's
oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let me set this up for you. So they're operating. I know we're jumping all over the fucking place, but it doesn't really matter what episode this is.
Jump.
Yes, thank you. So he's operating on this baby inside the woman's womb or whatever the fuck.
I think the baby is supposed to be like around like 6 months or less.
Yeah, something like that. Like
they're
not
correcting
old.
Something to do with like the brain.
Obviously the brain. Otherwise, why would he be there?
Because he's a
They don't say why, but that's because they just can't think of anything or look in a medical book. Anyway, so he like does the surgery. And then, like, while he's doing it, the baby's arm reaches through the stomach and, like, grabs onto his fingers. And then he's just like, oh, and looks up, and Dr. Beautiful Face is, like, looking at him all fucking doe-eyed and shit. And it's just like, oh, it is the cheesiest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Again, this is the point in the season. He totally raped her 6 episodes ago.
Rape, but a baby inside a fucking womb is just like, oh.
And again,
we're all good now.
This was already done better in an episode of House when he's consulting on like an actual surgery. There's the baby hand comes out and it like doesn't like grab on, like it doesn't grab onto his finger, but it like tries to. And then like it was just better handled, but there was actually like music to go with it.
Get it? 'Cause hand.
It wasn't just. Oh,
I got you.
Should have like.
It should have shot out, grabbed him, and pulled him into the womb.
And it's like, no, I
got you now. Oh no! And then a vortex opens, and a fucking devil comes out and climbs out of the just kind of.
That might have made this episode make sense.
That would have been awesome.
Okay, so aside from that, they fix it ahead of time. The parents are really happy.
Yeah.
That
was a sidebar.
That was a sidebar.
Legal terms.
So back to Dr. Nemesis. He asks Jason, the only other neurosurgeon capable of being on call that night, because they can. Are they both neurosurgeons? Is that why he asks him to do it?
Yeah, that's why there's
I want to go to my son's basketball piano recital. And
he's just hitting a piano with a basketball.
Ray Charles fashion.
Piano
Basketball and-
recital. Because all blind people know how to play the fucking piano.
No, that was just the only famous blind person I could think of.
Well, that's probably why they made him play piano. It's just like, it's the next Ray Charles.
Ray Charles, right?
You know, Helen Keller, famous piano player.
And singer.
And singer.
Get it? Because she'd be bad.
And Beethoven went blind, right? Oh wait, no, it was deaf.
Deaf.
He was deaf
most
until deaf.
He was most deaf.
He was most deaf until deaf. He was most deaf.
Until death do us part.
He was most deaf
Until
deaf.
most deaf do us part.
I think he goes by Yosin Bey.
I think most deaf is short for most definitely.
It is.
Really?
Yes.
Oh fuck! I was kidding.
No, it actually is.
You've got. Oh my god! That was
in
a
Ebonics
joke.
lexicon, most deaf means most definitely, but shorter.
That was a joke. Now I'm sad.
You're sad over a joke. That's a first.
Oh,
So
it's because it became true.
he's like, yeah, I don't work. Yeah, no, I don't work nights. But he agrees to do it anyway.
Can't do it.
Because
Can't
that's
do
when
it.
the clock goes
It's not a
8:30 in the morning. He does the surgery. Baby's fine. He gets to go to his son's basketball piano recital. He fakes the young guy's death, puts him in the elevator. The Russian mobster's like, I can see that you are a man of your word. I owe you favor now, even though we should be even.
Yeah, that part makes absolutely no sense. That he like gives him this favor, and I was like, clearly they just like shoehorned this Russian mobster favor in here, because later in the season they're gonna like cash in on this. He's gonna be in a tight spot, and he's gonna call in this favor.
He's gonna be like, "Hey, Russian Guyovich."
Yeah, no, I was wrong. They do it the same effing episode.
No. It wasn't even the same. It was worse than that. It was just
the
like
next scene.
No, it wasn't even the next scene. It was just like, well, cut to.
Yeah.
Remember that spinal fluid we need? Well, now we've got these Russian mobsters established. Why not have them?
Well, they actually say Dr. McHelpington.
Yeah, they previously like, set it up.
Yeah, Dr. McHelpington at the beginning of the episode is just like, well, maybe we should fucking have some fucking mobstery types do it and stab him in the back of the neck, rough him up a little. And then Jason's just like, well, that would be dumb. I don't want a weird non-sterile thing going to my neck. That would be bad. And
Not to mention the fact that I have to wake up with any like broken bones and bruises that you give this guy anyway.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
But of course they don't bring that up in the TV show.
No, they never
because
do.
that makes sense.
No,
Which makes sense.
Well, they're two different people.
It's almost as if they are.
Two different people.
Okay, so
Well-
Russian mobster guy gets out because he has like 3 minutes to resuscitate the guy. So he starts like dramatic doctor CPR. Go. And Lena's like, oh my God, you have to save him. Go. You totally didn't rape me. Go. Save. Basketball piano recital. Oh, Dr. Cole, thank you so much. No problem.
And then Asian lady, you did a good job. You do this thing now.
Yep, you're good enough to handle this. I'm going to go, I don't know.
Asian.
No.
I'm going to go J. Cole it up.
I'm going to go to a casino, I guess.
Yeah.
Because plot contrivances. So the end of the episode is Ian leaving the casino again with a lady friend. A bunch of Russian guys like
Flank him again, yeah.
flank him again, take the spinal fluid, and then Dr.
And
Helpful
he's just like, you
gets
guys
it,
again,
puts it
I
into
thought
his
we
lab
took care
coat,
of you.
And that is actually the end of the episode. So we have covered all 7 episodes. Any closing on this thoughts of this first half of the season, gentlemen?
So a couple of things that like throughout the series so far. Throughout the series so far, there's a couple things that kind of bug me. For one thing, the majority of the time when Dr. Jekyll turns into Ian Fleming, it's like this: I'm awake, I'm conscious, I'm like doing stuff, and then I'm Hyde now. But when like more often than not always, but more often than not, when Hyde turns back into Jekyll, he wakes up in a bed. It's like. Does Ian just like get really tired and be like, well, I guess I only get 3 hours and then I have to sleep for 8. That's like never really explained.
It's either he's like in a bed or he's in a crazy wacky place.
Yeah, those are like or it's a crazy wacky place. He's in a bed with 4
4
chicks covered in cocaine.
Yeah. He's in
with like just there's an orgy going on, or it was going on in his.
That
was
sounds
the first time
like
you see
it
him.
would be a joke, but it really isn't.
No,
that happens.
That's
like
the
twice.
first time you see him like waking up from.
It happens like twice.
Yeah, and then so another thing. Oh, what was it that I was gonna say? So just in general, the Dr. Nemesis at the beginning, I think like the writers realized what a mistake they had made with Dr. Nemesis being like a bad guy,
because
they do have this.
He isn't a bad guy.
Yeah, at this bit in the last one, he comes out as like he's not a bad guy. He's trying to do the right thing,
and there really isn't a bad guy.
No, except for Ian Fleming.
Ian Fleming's supposed to be, but it's just like they justify that. I would say they give him a character to say that he's not, but they don't give him a character. It's just like, because he's still an entirely separate person. It's just like, can't I have a life? Like, that's it. Like, he's not necessarily a bad guy.
Can't I have a life where I do drugs and hurt people? Jeez. But if anyone is the bad guy, I actually think it's Dr. Cole.
Stopping
him by stepping up and just being and saying, hey, I have a mental condition, and if that means I can't be a doctor, oh well.
You think he would?
Yeah, he's the title of the show is Do No Harm. He's doing all the effing harm.
You just made me think he's a fucking asshole for not
doing
that. He's
like the worst person in this show.
Yeah, why would he not just
guy.
be like, I have this condition and I need to be locked up until this shit gets figured out. I could be sued for malpractice for decades to come based on me having this.
Not to mention I could ruin everybody's life that I work on.
Yeah, and I do.
But he's such a good surgeon, guys.
He is. I mean, you're right.
Oh, I forgot. He is on TV. That's how good a surgeon he is.
If you're on TV and you're a surgeon...
And white and handsome and male.
Then you're a god among medical professionals. You could just zap your finger on a fucking patient and just done, healed.
We also forgot about the one patient, one of the B-side patients where there's like the dad who wakes up and he can't. There's the dad that wakes up and he can't see faces. He has the thing, which is actually a medical condition. Yeah, but that was. Hey, we forgot about that, but it doesn't matter.
No. I actually love part of that where like his kids like walk his wife with the two like stereotypical children, the one girl and the one boy, and they walk up into the room and the girl's like, "Daddy," and he's just like, "Who are you?" It's amazing.
Like you don't recognize their like clothes or anything. Like,
no,
come
nothing.
On.
You don't recognize their voice. Like why? The voice is half of it almost. What did you just find?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, okay.
I was just laughing at the repartee.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I accidentally you pulled up some like stuff on your computer, and I was like, "What's this?" And I started reading it. I was like, "Oh, this is like his stuff." Never mind.
It's porno.
Actually, it's an email, but you
Dick
can think that
pics.
too. Yep, dick pics via email.
Dick pics.
It's pictures of Dr. Jason Cole.
Yep.
Because he's a dick.
Pic.
Yes.
Dick pic.
Okay, so next time,
Jason Coleslaw.
we will be that is a branded item, Jason Coleslaw.
I'm a neurosurgeon. This Jason Coleslaw looks just like scrambled
We could
brain,
make a lot of money with this and
but
selling
with
the
green.
sleep drug. Coleslaw and sleep drug.
Oh my god.
Nothing makes me want to vomit and go to sleep more than coleslaw.
This is a long episode.
It really is, but they'll just enjoy it.
You better.
So
next
next episode will be the other half, hopefully more concise. Hopefully more concise than this one. Episodes 8 through 13 of Do No Harm.
So if you want to watch along with this fucking crazy contraption, I guarantee you will enjoy it because it's fucking insane.
But before we close out for the week, going around in alphabetical circle order, Aaron, what is on your radar this week?
Submarines. Oh wait, that would be sonar. I've been listening to the Disaster Artist. That's a book, and I'm lazy, so I listen to shit. And that's the book. That's the telling of the making of The Room, which is the worst movie ever besides Troll 2. Also,
which is actually getting made into a movie by James Franco.
Yeah, by James Franco, who is apparently going to be playing Tommy Wiseau. So
he should play Greg Sestero. He has the look for that.
I don't know.
No, I think he does
He can
look
pull
like
it
what
off,
Tommy
yeah.
Wiseau would look like if Tommy Wiseau didn't look like Frankenstein.
Yeah.
If Tommy Wiseau was alive and not a zombie, he would look somewhat
Whoa,
similar to
he always
Franco.
like he always says he's a vampire. He's always just like,
James
I wish I
Franco-
were if I were vampire. It's like shut up, fucking Tommy.
You know, James Frankenstein.
Yeah. God damn it. Fuck you. So that I've been listening to that. I'm about halfway through. It's fucking incredible. Honestly, I would recommend. I own the book too, and I started reading through that, and I just haven't enough time. But it's amazing how good Greg Sestero's impression of Tommy Wiseau is. Like it's fucking spot on. Listening to him do his voice is great because that's whenever he does a line that Tommy said apparently it's in his voice and it's fucking spot on. It's fantastic. That's it.
Okay.
Waiting for the new Mastodon and Opeth albums to come out.
I finished watching season 2 of The Americans, which you can watch on Amazon or Google Play or iTunes or FX on Demand
Or whatever place you wish to
great
find
stuff. Great period stuff. Criminally overlooked show, so check it out. Go Cold War and spies and shit. So yeah,
Did you ever watch *Halt and Catch Fire* yet?
I did. I watched the.
Is it good?
Yes.
Is it good?
Oh, it's really good.
Okay.
*Halt and Catch Fire* is a new period drama on AMC. It was made
So
available
quality.
on yes. Well, not all of AMC is quality. A lot of it, like Low Winter Sun, the Prisoner miniseries.
I don't even remember those.
Turn, not very good.
I
but-
heard *Turn* was actually really good. Actually,
what?
I've heard *Turn* is really good.
Oh, I've
after
heard
you
it's
get
garbage.
after you get into it.
I
don't know.
don't know. I'm just not that interested. Like 18th century American Revolution. Hello, 4th grade history class.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. I've seen 1776 and John Adams on HBO. I feel like I know.
That's true. John Adams is just better.
Yeah, and it's got Paul Giamatti. I mean, if Turn had Paul Giamatti, like Turn is basically like we are.
Why is Paul Giamatti in every fucking period movie or
he has
anything?
the look.
Sean Bean.
Sean Bean too.
Never in not a period.
Yeah, but he's never not killed in a period either.
That's true.
So-
He's just dead.
Speaking of Sean Bean in period movies, Sharp's Rifles. Or I think that's a show.
That's an old show. That's from like
Sharp
the 80s.
Sharp is awesome. And
Sharp's Practice.
I know, but Sharp.
That's what it's called, right?
Sharptopus.
Sharp's Rifle.
There's like several series. The first one I think
Yeah,
is
there's a
Sharp's
couple.
Rifles, and then they have a couple others. Like
Yeah.
I think Sharp's Practice.
Yeah, and he was fucking whatever Sharp.
And
was
he
his
keeps
name.
making them because Sharp, like the Sharp book series that is based on the French Revolution, I think.
No.
Or
It's British colonial troops in India.
yes,
Mostly.
they
No, that is.
the BBC
Yeah.
keeps making them because
Are they
the books.
still making them?
Well, they make them every few
Oh my
years. I mean,
God.
the last one was like 2005 because the character of William Sharp, because he keeps going back and getting redeployed, so they take place at different parts of his life. So it's a
Okay.
bit of like an Alan Partridge thing where like you keep going into the character with different parts of his life.
Yeah.
So like Steve Coogan, it's like Sean Bean instead. But yeah, *Halt and Catch Fire* stars Lee Pace from Pushing Daisies and Wonderfalls.
I do love that.
He's really awesome.
two
He wears
shows.
really spiffy. It's basically about the personal computer revolution in the Silicon Prairie, which is like the Silicon Valley, but in Texas. So check it out on AMC On Demand.
Can I just say Silicon Prairie is the fucking dumbest name
And
I've
I
ever
think
heard.
it should be available
saying.
also the first episode entirely.
It's free on AMC.
On AMC.com. So check that out. It's on Sunday nights on AMC. Glenn, what's on your radar?
Two things quickly. Just the Game of Thrones, the new season. I watched all first eight episodes. I've read all the books. I almost hate watching Game of Thrones because whenever I finish a season, I'm like, well, now what do I do with my life? This isn't going to be on for another like how many months? Like
That's just a sad thing to say.
I know it's just very.
It's all you do.
But I do love Game of Thrones. But the other thing, A Million Ways to Die in the West. Cameron saw it as well. It is very funny. There's parts that are a little too crude for me, but just for me. I think in general, audiences will really like it and probably not find it that crude.
I really liked Ted, but I heard that was. I heard from two people about it. One was Cameron, and he said it was really good. But the other part is it's the other person I heard it was just like a long Family Guy episode set in the fucking Wild West. It's kind of like he described it as a Seth Farland masturbatorium. like a masturbation movie. Like, oh, my jokes are so good, but I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Well, it is a bit Mel Brooks. I mean, it's scattershot for sure, which explains like the critic reviews. But I still think it's worth seeing because when it hits, it's really funny. And you'll enjoy yourself. It's very overlong. The plot kind of bounces all over the place. They could have definitely trimmed it down.
Though you're not going there for plot.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I mean, you get to see Neil Patrick Harris shit into a hat twice.
If that is not your dream, you're living your life long. Wrong.
If you want to hear an old man say, "Oh, that came out of my penis," when a fart sound goes off, then it's just not your movie.
That doesn't even like that. Yeah.
It was really funny in context. I guess it's not
out of
funny
out of context.
It was so
it's just
funny.
Out of context. It just sounds like it was poorly delivered.
It was totally a punched up line, and it has some really great crowd things like the fair.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spoil too much of it, but I think my favorite part of the whole movie is Liam Neeson comes in to get revenge on Seth MacFarlane's character for sleeping with his wife Charlize Theron, and he's like, "Let me show you an example of my power." And it's just Ryan Reynolds in a cowboy costume, and he just shoots him in like the chest, and he falls over dead. Ryan Reynolds.
There's a ton of like celebrity cameos.
They just kind of show up and shoot somebody.
There's a whole bunch of them.
That's awesome.
Ryan Reynolds, he's there, and Liam Neeson shoots him. There's tons of celebrity cameos.
That's awesome.
And then there's also Ewan McGregor as a man in the crowd. As a man in the crowd during the fair scene, he's just like, "I could do that." Like he's like, there's like a thing called.
And that's it.
Shoot the thing. Yeah.
Runaway.
Yeah. And
there was the scarf guy. He's a celebrity as well.
oh yeah, but I don't remember who exactly that is. So let's wrap it up at that point. Next time, Do No Harm. Outro music, go. He's Dr. Jason Cole.
It's over now.
He's supposed to not do harm, but he does as Ian Price. That's what he does. He does lots of harm, and people's lives are ruined. Yep, he's a D-bag. D-bag. D-H. What's that? It's Do No Harm. That's what it is. 7 through 7. Do No Harm. Ba-doop, J. Cole, Do No Harm. Hippocratic oath. What?
Brother.
Oh yeah. Oh. Oh yeah. Give me your butt. Give me. Oh, I gotta get them. Oh yeah. Oh.
Back in. So
Don't say back in because it's supposed to be a not cut.
no, I was about before you interrupted me. I was saying back in the day there was a show like this.
I'm gonna put this at the end because I think it'll be ridiculous.
Back in the day.
Back in black.
Yeah, you
Back up that ass.
Back up that ass. Back up that ass in black. Gonna go back in time.
I don't think just backing that up means that you go back in time necessarily.
Gonna go back that ass up.
Okay, fine.
In time.
All right. So
in black.